Happy Sabbath, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, so I have some background noise. The smoke detectors. It's time to change the batteries, right? Spring forward, fall back. So falling back tonight, and so the batteries need to be changed. So this morning, guys, I want to come back in and talk to us. On Thursday, we talked about infidelities. We talk about one of the key ingredients to support our relationships, whether it's marriage or just girlfriend, boyfriend. You're building a foundation to start becoming one. We talk about communications, that communications is important. And so today I wanted to come in and just expand on that portion of it, communication. Because when we talk about communication, sometimes we believe that, but we talk all the time, and him not listen, I should not listen, and nothing not change, and we go through the whole part of that. But today, let me say to us that there are different types of communications, right? And they're necessary, very necessary, because it's not about the communication, but it's how the communication is done. And so let's talk about how we can use proper communication to seal our relationships and prevent some infidelities. Some infidelities I don't think you can ever change. People sometimes their mindsets are what it is, and no matter what you do or how you try, their minds are poisoned, and so they want what their friends have. They want what sometimes they can't even afford it. And they want a lot of times they didn't work hard enough, invested enough, or they are just in another world where they just feel like I'm spending too much here. I'm not getting enough of what I want here. Sometimes they're married to Christians, but they want what the worldlians offer. So if the Christians are not performing different, I don't know what you call it, like the worldlians do, or the prostitutes do, then they turn away. Some of them go out there and they experience certain things that others will do, and they know the wife's not doing, so they're gone. They find reasons to become frustrated and to make their relationships become toxic, just that they can go there just for that. They're not looking for emotional support. They're not looking at what they built already and know that as they get older, it's harder. They're not looking at the fact that after some years in their lives, it's going to stop working. No matter how much Viagra, no matter how much whatever, it's just how God put the plan in place. At some point, it's just to be used to pass urine, and that's it. So unless we can understand that, as Solomon said, he had concubines, he had, oh my God, he was rich. But Solomon said with all of that, all the concubines he had, they were just vanities, because you can only do so much, and then you're tired. You can only, love it so much, and then it's like nothing. So we have to be able to understand God's will and God's purpose for us here on earth, and understand that nothing lasts forever. So appreciate what you have, make it the best, create that good bond that when the years come, when you can't do it anymore, your wife can still go on and on if she wants to, but you can't do it anymore. 1 second, you're done. You want to have that bond, that relationship, that you can coexist without it, without sexual situations, and it's okay. So let us cherish what we have and let us learn to communicate well so that we do not have that discord that we can stand to see people around us and so our lives are miserable. So first let's look at verbal communication. Verbal communication is when we speak over dinners, right? When we speak on the phone, when we lay in bed and we talk about our day and we talk about what else can we do, or we hope we can maybe put a new roof on, and we can talk about how we're going to get it done. And we can just talk about just simple things, right? We have friends we talk to, and we talk face to face to people. So this type of communication is not only about spoken words, but also how the tone it is spoken in. Because a lot of times, a lot of people think, yeah, we talk, but when you something is wrong and all you can do is, I'm sick and tired of you, man, I don't care, come out and go away. You taught these kind of things and you put people down, you know. You threaten to hit because you don't have the vocabulary to have conversations, right? You run out and you have to make it you louder than everybody so the whole community hear the discord. That's not communication. It's not communication. It's not communication when, a simple little thing, a simple question asked is not being responded to. You're in some relationships where you're talking to someone like you're talking to the wall. They won't even respond to make you see that they hear you. That's not communication. Communication is people talking to each other. A question is asked, you don't sit on it and let it stew inside of you till when it's a simple thing, you explode. Communication is, what you want for dinner tonight? And say, oh, what's in there? We could have some so-and-so and so. Why would not try so-and-so tonight? Or, don't even cook tonight. Let me treat you some dinner tonight. Communication. But when you're asking somebody, oh, what's for dinner? What do you think we should cook tonight? And there's no sound. It is tough, right? You want to hear people respond to questions. You want to have that laughter. You want to have that, that thing. You want to be happy to talk to people. When you're in a space and you and people don't talk for hours, you're in a space for a whole day and don't exchange a word more than good morning. It is interesting. So we have to remember that communication is good because it let us know how people are feeling. It makes us know if people are hearing us. It makes us know if something didn't go well. It makes us know if what was said wasn't said correctly. That's what communication does. It doesn't sit there and fester. It has the exchanges so that you can know. Because people, there are a lot of things we can know, but we cannot know how people feel inside unless they're speaking it. And so let us not hold things in. Let us learn to talk. There's so many words in our vocabulary. Let us use our words. Let us use our words. We also have nonverbal communication, and is what we do while the words come out of our mouth sometimes. The way we roll our eyes or make up our face, right? The way we cannot just, whatever. No eye contact. Our hand movement, sometimes we're talking to people and we're just sick and tired. Oh my God, we're done. We don't want to hear it no more. Just go already. Right? I don't know if that's good, but, people just quick to, At school, when my kids are bothering sometimes, I just say, and they know to just stop, right? I just close my hands like, we're done. We are so done. We need to stop. We need to stop. We got to learn to get along. So there are different expressions, guys. Some are good and some are bad. People talking to you, look away like, be done already. You just want them to stop talking already, right? But these behaviors send messages to the speaker. Sometimes people, you're walking and you look good. I remember when I used to wear my jeans and my high heels and had my nice shape. It was 150 pounds. And people would look at you, and just the way they look at you, you know that it was something good. Maybe, I don't know what they were thinking, but, when you gain the weight, I don't know, because I'm not out there, I'm just go to work, come home. But then sometimes you see that people, and you look even on some of the TikToks and some of the things that goes on out there, the people look at you and the way you dress, and I say, even if you have the weight on your body, carry yourselves well. Carry yourselves well, because people just will look, and without saying a word, without saying one word, they can look disgusted, or they can feel like, the things. And people might look good because they push up the bra, they wear the push-up bra and the presses up in their chest, and they wear the bands to tighten up the waist and look good. And people will look and appreciate it. But until they see those things pulled and everything falls down, and then it's another expression, nonverbal expression, which is not going to be so nice. And I said, there are nonverbal expressions, and sometimes just the way people look at you, or it's the soft look or the caring look, to say I care, to say I thank you, to say I appreciate you. Nonverbal, the little smile that just says so much, like, I so appreciate all of you, my YouTube family, you powerful people, I so appreciate you. Right? So the little things that we do, that is nonverbal, it says a lot. Then I'm also going to add in there the touches, right? Sometimes just a touch, just the way somebody just holds your hand, it says a lot. It says I care, right? A lot of times, it's just the little things. If we know how to appreciate them, there are people who will never understand it, never appreciate when you try to do something soft and nice. Some people don't know how to be soft and nice. Some people are just rough because they didn't learn. And I say a lot of times people are used to a certain way of doing things when they were growing up. But as they grow up and they're exposed to the way they see other people do it, we learn by observing, right? We learn by, even if I grew up in the rural Springfield, but I had the opportunity to live in Kingston. I had the opportunity to live in Trelawney. All of these different experiences taught me different things. In Trelawney, I was baptized in the church, and so you deport yourself a different way. Then I went to Canada for a little bit. That wasn't, but then I came to America. But in educating myself and observing, listening, interacting with people, then I'm not the 95% shy person I was coming out of Springfield, St. Elizabeth. I have grown where I can speak to whoever. I can hold a conversation with them. I'm not afraid to speak to them. I still don't want to get on a platform and, but if I have to, I'll do it. But I'm comfortable here, so I do it. I'm talking to all of you there. But again, we have to learn. We have to learn. We have to learn. There's a difference in grabbing and a difference in just touching, just holding hands, just a rub on the hand, just a soft touch on the shoulder, not grabbing the shoulders as if you're going to break somebody's shoulder, but just gently touching the shoulder. It means a lot. So then we look at the written communication. Some of us, we're great writers, but we have to understand that we're educated and we learn to write and we have eloquent words and but simple words so that everybody can understand it is a good thing. I remembered a friend who applied for a job, very qualified. When I say qualified, had a master's degree and went to get a job. And these are little things that I say to even us who people who go to church and they're so into church that everything they become, they condemn. They don't lift up. They're always putting down and condemning. And I always say, what kind of God you serve? You're telling people about God and God's love and God's goodness, but you don't even accept it. Because everything has to be negative. Whether it's spoken or written, it has to be so negative that you make people afraid to serve the God that we serve. And so she did her resume and she put all these big words in it. And when she went to sit, not understanding that when we apply for positions, the people who are interviewing us are not the first people who are going to see our resume. The first person you're going to see is the little person at the front desk who might not even have a first degree, a junior college degree, a community college degree. That person might be a kid out of high school that they're paying minimum wage to process the paperwork, put it in their mailboxes, and then you get a call from them. And so she went in, and as a young lady looked at the resume, the big words were coming up, and I guess the little girl, her facial expression, she kind of, frowned because she didn't understand. And the person said to her, "What, you don't understand the word?" And she said, "The word means assist." That arrogance and that lack of softness and kindness cost that person a position that she would have done well in. So again, as we speak to people, let us be humble. Let us be kind. Whether it's verbal or non-verbal, let us be soft and kind. You can be firm without being hateful. You can say, "Enough is enough. I'm so done." And you go on. There's no hard feelings. I'm just done. No hate. I'm just done. Stop already. And you're going about your business. You don't have to be back and forth and me tell you this already and sick of, you're not for sick and tired of nothing. Because you have a discord doesn't mean you need to run out of your marriage that you work together and build for all these years to run out there for nothing. Because I always say, what we run out there for sometimes it's not even worth it. Because you didn't even have a conversation to see if what you have at home could have made those changes to accommodate you. So when we talk about written communication, we talk about emails, we talk about text messages, we talk about posts on social media, we talk about contracts and reports, we talk about letters that we usually used to be so happy to get a letter through the mail. Good letter, not a bill, but a good letter from a family member. All of them have the same intention, right? They are there, they're written to give information. Oftentimes, the intention is missed and it creates such chaos. Sometimes people might want to say something and it's good. You have some people, even in your families, who, if you're going to do something and you mention it to them, And they start lecturing you. And you didn't really ask for a lecture. All you did was suggest it to them that this is what you plan to do. And they start giving you all these lectures, and sometimes you start doubting yourself and not remembering that you did so much on your own. So really you don't ask, so you're not looking for lectures. And you're looking like, why they lecturing me? All I said was, I plan to do X, Y, Z. And so in this tech age, we just need to remember always that we must write well. A lot of us, I look at some people that write, and you are welcome becomes YOUR. No apostrophe RE. It's just YOUR. This is your hat. This is your house. This is your car. It is not that YOUR should not be written as you are welcome. You are welcome. There are two words there. You are. But because of technology, we shorthand everything. But remember that what we write, it stays out there and can be pulled up at some point and comes back to haunt us. We write comments, beautiful comments, and you know, sometimes I make that mistake too. I hit the send too quickly, and then I look back and I see the errors, and I have to edit it. I have to edit it. So let us always remember that we must write well so it does not come back to haunt us. Make sure our writings are healing and not harming. Too many of us, we want to tell people things and we don't stop to think of how it will make them feel. We just want to put it out there. Sometimes we write things and people misunderstand it. People misunderstand it. Years, some time ago, I was disappointed in something. So this is personal, and I didn't say anything for a while, but for me, I like to explain. If I'm quiet with you, I like to make you know why I'm quiet. I don't carry hateful grudges inside of me. If I'm disappointed, I'm going to let you know. And in being quiet for a few months, I decided to just explain the reason why I'm quiet. And when I explained it, it was so misconstrued that one of the responses I got was nobody, something begging people anything or what have you, what, and the writing was not intended for anything like that. The writing was intended for upliftment. When we get opportunities, use them to build so we can help others up. And it went in a wrong way, and I reached out and I said, it's unfortunate that's how you felt, but you know, sometimes that's how life is. We just have to lessen our circle. We just gotta move on and let it go. Because if you say you love me and I say I love you, and I cannot counsel you, and you cannot look at the counseling, you don't have to accept it, but look at it in a positive way, then I don't know. So when we write, we have to make sure we're not pushing down, we're lifting up, we're encouraging, and we're hoping that people can see it that way. When we write, if you're writing in a normal fashion and you saying something that you care about people and you're saying it, you don't need to make it into all caps, because everybody knows that all caps mean excitement or you're yelling at somebody. So sometimes I title my videos, and I in my sense, in my way, I am envisioning and I'm hoping that people see the excitement. But as we write, as again, let us lift up, let us encourage, let us appreciate, let us support. Let us never tear down. Then we also have the listening communication. Verbal communication and listening communication should be buddies. They have to be buddies. Because if people are talking and you're not hearing them, because you're not listening to them, then that's a bad thing. Sometimes people talking to you on your computer, you're not even, as I said, when you don't respond to let people know you hear them, it's a bad thing because they walk away wondering, are you ignoring me? Or didn't you hear me? So verbal and listening communications, for me, it's my opinion that they top the list. Many people like to talk, but will never listen to anyone. Can't listen. They have to be talking to. They will say something and you try to explain, but they keep going. And when two people are going and you're talking loudly, nobody can hear anybody. Some people, they hear sounds, but listening to nothing. They know you're talking, but they're not listening. Because when people are listening, they will respond and there's a conversation that can go on. So active listening is a part of good communication because it is the listening that helps us to understand the spoken words. It is the listening that helps to identify the pain and the hurting in somebody. It is the listening that lets you know that somebody is happy, that they appreciate you, that somebody feels good about something that happened, that somebody is grateful. It's in the listening that those things occur. And it is in the listening that coming together can happen in order to strengthen relationships instead of driving deeper wedges. Finally, we have visual communication. Visual communication, that's something that's everywhere. Everybody's selling something. Everybody is expecting you to feel bad, is expecting you to feel sad, is expecting you to be happy, is expecting something. So they're posting everything out there. So on TV, on your phones, notifications, marketers, everybody's selling you something. Books, selling you something. Everything is visual. Everybody wants to sell stuff and they want you to buy their stuff. They show you crying babies, they show you sick puppies, they show you everything. People in need in Jamaica because they need to pull on your heartstring in order to help to support. So everywhere, some people, there's some visual communication. But in closing, as I say happy Sabbath to everybody, I also want us to remember again that good communication is in the verbal and the listening. It is a listening that helps us understand the spoken words. It is a listening that helps to identify the pain, the hurting, the joy, the love, the forgiveness, the thankfulness, the empowerment. I can do this. I got your back. I'm with you. I'm here to support you. It's in the listening that we can hear the words, go ahead and try. I will do my best to help you where I can. It's in the listening that we can hear, all right, I don't have it this time, but I will try to make sure I do something the next time around. It's in the listening that we can come together and build instead of driving the wedges deeper. It's in the listening that we hear the kind words spoken, the sweet words that we can eat tomorrow or next year because they were sweet, they were good, they encouraged, they empowered, the healed. It's in the listening that we can hear these little whispers, the whispers of kindness, the little jokes that maybe you don't want anybody else to hear, but you can hear them if you listen. And you can laugh loudly because it makes your heart feel good. It's in the listening, guys. It's in the listening. So let's work on our communication skills, my people. It's a good thing. And so remember, there's no perfection. There are times you're in situations where people are not willing to share. People will have, and they talk about my this, my that, my that. But that's not how it should be. It should be our. If you're in relationships, if you're in marriages, it's our home. It's our. It's our. It's never my this or my that. Let us remember those things because it's good communication also. So make it an extremely beautiful day today. It's Sabbath. It's November something. I think it's the 4th. Yesterday was our mom's birthday. She passed away, and it would have been her birthday. And we are here. We're giving thanks for all the blessings she left us, and we will continue onward and upward. And if you can't be good, be careful, but walk good. Speak sweet words. Learn to communicate sweet words. To get sweet words, sweet responses. Ugly, harsh words only create a heads button. So let's speak sweet words, guys. Make it a great one.